Good evening, and welcome to another edition of Kick Pass Punch. It is March 9th, 2025. We are on the eve of NFL free agency, MLS match week 3, and on the road to WrestleMania. This is Malcolm. I'm Brian, his dad. Still.
Can you believe it?
So where are we going to start?
Well, something has come out just like an hour and a half ago. DK Metcalf traded to the Steelers and signed an $150 million contract. I don't know for how long, but...
So this leads me to two questions. First of all, what is Seattle doing?
Rebuilding.
And two, who is throwing him the ball in Pittsburgh?
I don't know. Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers.
I don't hear any talk about Russell Wilson re-signing in Pittsburgh.
I don't think he will.
And all the reporting I've seen says that they would like to keep Justin Fields, but that they're nowhere close to actually getting a deal. So let's start with Seattle. Who's gonna quarterback for Seattle?
No, Geno Smith got traded to the Raiders.
Correct.
And then obviously Tyler Lockett got...
I'll take my mea culpa here. I very loudly said that Sanders would be drafted by the Raiders and would be their quarterback next year. It appears I am wrong about that.
Yeah.
I don't know if they've soured on him or if they think he's just not going to fall to 6 and they're not willing to pay the price to move up. But
Seattle's got the 18th pick.
Minnesota's moving on, right? They're moving on to JJ.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah, that also was said that the Seahawks are looking at Sam Darnold.
That's what I mean. So is Sam Darnold, is he going to be the quarterback in Seattle? I mean, that's not a long-term solution for sure. That's next year or so.
Yeah. But yeah, they have pick 18, so I'm not sure who even falls down to 18. Whether that be, I don't even know, Jalen Milroe?
Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's got 21.
Yeah, but they just got DJ. So
DK.
I think my gut tells me that Justin Fields is going to stay in Pittsburgh. They're going to sign him for like a 2-year deal. Not for crazy money for sure. But I think he's going to hit the market. He's going to find out that the market isn't what he hoped it would be for him. And I know that I'm going to be accused of being a Bears fan who just can't quit Justin Fields. But the fact is, they were really good in the games he played until Russell Wilson came back from injury.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
Right? But that being said, they were winning with Justin Fields, and the coach still thought that Russell Wilson was a better option for them. So you can't ignore that part either.
Steelers country. Let's weld.
So, what do you think? What does your gut tell you? Is Justin Fields? Let me give you 2 scenarios and tell me which one is more plausible. Justin Fields is the starting quarterback for Pittsburgh Steelers. Justin Fields is the starting quarterback for the New York Jets.
The Jets.
You think the Jets is more likely?
Yeah. Because, no, the Jets have 7. they could end up with Jackson Dart. I doubt he falls down to Jackson. Jackson Dart falls to 7 though.
Again, I am certainly no expert in any of this. I do not understand. I literally, the last time we recorded this podcast was the first time I had heard the name Jackson Dart. I don't know who that is. I had never seen him in a mock draft. I haven't looked at any since the last time we recorded, so I don't know if he had just a great combine or something and moved up everybody's board.
No, he had a really good year.
But it just seemed like the Cam Ward and Sanders were the only two quarterbacks that were rated as first round picks this year. Again, I'm not saying you're wrong. I don't know. I don't even know who this kid is.
He's Ole Miss's quarterback. I mean, maybe he doesn't go in the top 15. Maybe he'll be able. I don't think he'll fall out of the first round. But he'll either go to the Jets or he'll fall to a late team like the Rams. That could be a good pickup for the Rams.
Excuse me.
Now that they've added Devontae Adams to their ranks.
To who? Who did that?
The Rams.
Rams, right.
Added Rams. So
Yes.
since they're clearly moving on from Cooper Kupp. So they've signed another old receiver.
Yep.
Doesn't make sense, but whatever.
Yep. All right. What else today? Obviously, big day. Josh Allen.
Josh Allen signs the biggest contract in NFL history. 6 years, $330 million. With the Bills.
I mean, yeah, I don't know how you can argue with it. I mean, it's a crazy number, but
It's the MVP.
he's the MVP, right? I mean, he had a game where he threw for 3 and ran for 3. Like he scored 6 touchdowns in a game this year, right? Like, he would probably, yeah. I mean, and Buffalo certainly. I mean, you can't move on from him, right?
Yeah.
So you got to make him happy. I mean, if you let him walk away, your fan base is going to completely turn on you.
Yeah. Another huge thing, Myles Garrett resigns with the Browns. I'm not sure till what date. I know it's a huge contract, but
it's 4 years. It's to 2030.
It's got a no trade clause throughout the entire contract.
Right. So I've seen just different reporting on that. I've seen some say that he has it. I've seen some say that it's not confirmed. I don't know whether it is confirmed or not. We'll see. It wouldn't surprise me, I guess, at this point. But I got to tell you, it makes me think back to the 1980s when I was a kid, having watched all the little vignettes, The $1 Million Man. Everybody has a price. Myles Garrett said, I want out. I don't want to be here. I want to go somewhere else. Oh, a lot of money? Oh, then I'm happy to stay for 4 more years. Rather than go out on the market where, I mean, well, I guess he couldn't go out on the market because he's not a free agent. So he could have held out, right?
Another Deshaun Watson.
And try to force the trade. Yeah. Again, I said you don't know how much of the Josh Allen contract is guaranteed, right?
220.
220. So they're not much better. I mean, obviously they're in better shape than Cleveland because it's Josh Allen and not Deshaun Watson. Which is better.
But the Browns have pick 2. The Bills don't. The Bills have picks.
Oh, I'm just saying of those two
Those have
contracts.
pick 30.
Which contract would you rather have? The Deshaun Watson contract or the Josh Allen contract? You'd rather have the Josh Allen contract.
I think
Because-
probably the Deshaun Watson
Because
contract.
it comes with Josh Allen and not Deshaun Watson. And I think that is
Probably Deshaun Watson.
a much better.
Nah.
They restructured his contract.
The Browns?
Yeah, Deshaun, to try to give themselves some sort of flexibility under the cap so they can do something to try to get players. But man, if I was a member of the NFL Players Association, I would be so mad at Deshaun Watson because he's the reason no one's going to get fully guaranteed contracts. If he hadn't gotten that contract and had lived up to the hype,
Yeah, either or. If he hadn't got that contract, or if he had lived up to the hype.
it would have opened the door to fully guaranteed NFL contracts. And as it currently stands, NFL owners are going to point right at that and be like, this is why we're not fully guaranteeing contracts. You know, like, we have to be able to get out from underneath this.
Mm-hmm.
If everything goes sideways. And, I mean, it's crazy to me that it works that way. It's the only sport that has that. That, you know, it's a contract that only one side is required to uphold. But that is where we are. Who else do we have?
Von Miller released by the Bills.
Von Miller released by the Bills. Do you think this is we're releasing you and we're going to re-sign you just for less money move? Or do you think he'll actually move on?
I don't think he'll go anywhere, and I think he'll retire because nobody will get him. I think he's like 34, 35.
Okay.
So he's really old.
Hey.
For the NFL.
Hey. Easy.
Nah, I'm good. For the NFL standards, he's not.
So you don't think he goes anywhere?
I don't think he goes anywhere.
Okay. Any other big NFL news needs to be covered?
I mean, I guess Ronnie Stanley returning to the Ravens. One of the best offensive linemen in the league.
Okay.
So yeah, I think that's probably about it.
I heard that the Bears maybe try and target Atlanta's center.
Yep. But he's expensive. Yeah. The Falcons
But is it worth
re-signed.
it?
Yes.
All right.
The Falcons re-signed their offensive tackle today.
Okay.
Just like.
So obviously match day 3 in MLS
The fire.
has happened, is happening. I guess it's technically a game going on right now. LA is playing, right?
Mm-hmm. Charlotte, LA.
What's the score?
1-0. Wait, hold on. No, not Charlotte, LA. Charlotte, St. Louis.
Charlotte, St. Louis.
It's over. St. Louis won 3-0.
Oh, wow.
LA Galaxy on a 3-game losing streak to start this season.
That's unbelievable. I find that shocking. Will Ferrell is going to have heads rolling in Los Angeles. But you know who's not on a 3-game losing streak?
The
The
Chicago Fire.
Philadelphia Union. My pick to be the team that did not make the playoffs last year and wins the MLS Cup this year is the only undefeated team in the East.
And the LA Galaxy is the worst team in the entire MLS.
Are they the only pointless team?
No. There's Sporting Kansas City and Montreal as well, but goal differential is bad. LA Galaxy has a -6 goal differential.
All right.
That's really bad. That's the worst in the league
All right.
by a long shot.
So LA is terrible. Philadelphia is good.
Philadelphia has a +7 goal differential.
And the Chicago Fire won on the road. What are your thoughts about that game?
Finally. Crazy series of events at the end of the game. Chicago Fire goal, Chicago Fire penalty goal, Chicago Fire save a penalty. Wild scenes to end the game.
It was a wild finish to the game.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a fairly even game. I think, it was 8 minutes of insanity. But other than that, I thought it was a pretty evenly matched game throughout.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Any really standout?
The other big story out of MLS, I think, is does Miami have a red card problem? We got another red card yesterday.
They did?
Yes.
Or today? Earlier today?
Earlier today. Sorry. Earlier today.
Eesh, that's bad.
Who
was it this time?
What's happening down there?
Ustarari. They're angry.
But why?
I don't know. Because Messi's not playing.
Did he not play?
I don't know.
I think he played. They were in Miami.
He did not play. He sat on the bench.
Oh, wow. All right.
He did not play. Let me count real quick. 1, 2, 3 yellow cards and 1 red card from Inter Miami. They're a little bit feisty.
Just one of those things that's going to catch up. The next 2 games, they're going to have 2 of their starters that are suspended. And if Messi's not playing, they managed to pull off that game and win a 1-0 game last night, but earlier today. Sorry.
Yeah.
But I think it's a problem that they're going to have to figure out.
I believe San Diego is undefeated currently. No, wait. Yeah, they are. They're 2-0-1.
2 wins and a draw?
2 wins and a draw.
Right.
2 away wins and 1 home draw.
Interesting.
Vancouver is there is 2 teams that are undefeated, and that is Philadelphia and Vancouver.
All right.
Yep.
Well, again,
Miami is in second, though, so.
It's only week 3, probably too early to be, making any snap judgments, but I think clearly I was right, and Philadelphia Union is winning the MLS Cup.
No. I disagree. My picks are doing terribly. Portland is on 3 points and in 12th place, and Seattle is on 4 points in 8th place. Seattle put on a banger yesterday, though. 5-2 over LAFC.
Saw that.
1-1 at halftime.
Yeah, LA.
5-2 at the end of the game.
Seattle in the second half was unbelievable.
Yeah. Unbelievably good for Seattle. Unbelievably mid for LAFC.
Yeah, 2 teams in LA not doing great. Not off to a great start.
Nope.
All right. Should we talk a little graps before we close this out?
Sure.
The biggest stories are obviously LA Knight wins.
LA Knight
U.S. champion. Naomi confirms that she's the one who attacked Naomi, and
Naomi did not attack Naomi.
Naomi attacked Jade, and Bianca just gave Jade the go ahead to beat up Bianca.
Nope. Bianca did not give Jade the okay to beat herself up.
Yeah.
Nope.
Chelsea Green has a new member of the Secret Hervis.
Is that what she's calling it?
I don't know. Hervis? That's what I'm calling it.
Okay.
Alba Fire. I've honestly, if I was her, I would call it her cabinet, like she's the president, because they're acting. They're dressing them like Secret Service, right?
Yeah.
So, but I think it's funny that the U.S. champion and her goon squad are all foreigners. None of them are American.
No.
No. And
2 of them are Scottish.
And Randy is back and is clearly going after Kevin. So which of these is the most important story as we prepare for WrestleMania? Which of those stories is most important?
Los Angeles Knight.
Los Angeles Knight has won the United States title again. I am very happy about that. I thought he had a great run with it.
Mm-hmm. I think he's better. I think he's better chasing though. I do think he's better chasing the title, not holding it.
Why?
Well, I just like him more when he's more entertaining when he's chasing. In my opinion.
See, I think his United States title run was him at his best. I think it was the best he has been in WWE.
Really?
I think
I thought his US title reign was.
I think it was more over than at any other time. Like the build up to and winning the title, but when he had the title, I thought he did a great job with it. And I think the Shinsuke run, unfortunately, has been cold. I'm not even sure that Shin is going to make WrestleMania this year. I don't think this is.
I don't think so.
Going to continue. I think, or if he does, it's going to be the U.S. titles in a multi-person match. And he's just involved. And I think the next 5 weeks, whatever the build-up is to WrestleMania, is just going to be kind of like what the tag title situation on SmackDown is right now. It's just going to be chaos. It's going to be this person beats this person, and that person then beats this person, and that person beats that person who just beat that person, and there's no clear direction, and it ends up in a multi-man match.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd agree with that. I think both mid-card titles will end up in multi-man matches. I think the Intercontinental will end up in a 6-man ladder match. And I think the US will end up in like a fatal 4-way or triple threat.
All right. Randy Orton is back. Hunting Kevin Owens.
Yep.
I think that Friday night his promo was, for a guy who's actually really good at it, one of his best. Honestly, I thought he was fantastic on Friday night.
Yeah. I mean, he did say that he was hearing the voices. He's hearing the voices.
I don't think he's ever been the hearing the voices guy while being a face. So I'm curious to see how the vicious Randy Orton is a face.
He goes after a bunch of heels. That's how he's a face. Because he'll end up with John Cena at some point. And he will retire John Cena and become the Legend Killer once again.
Putting him back to being one title behind Cena. Or is he one? Is he one behind?
He's 14.
He's 14, so he's 2 behind.
He's 2 behind.
Okay. Cena goes to 17. Randy beats him to go to 15. Interesting. And of course, we'd be remiss to not mention for Friday night, Cody's all banged up. His eye looked terrible.
Yeah.
He's got something in his ear. Rumored to be a busted eardrum, courtesy of your boy Travis Scott.
Yeah, I think that's real.
Are your thoughts about Travis Scott not knowing how to throw a punch and possibly injuring Cody Rhodes in the lead up to WrestleMania? Because a punch in your eardrum is not a small injury. Like, it could keep. Like, I don't expect to see him wrestle. I don't expect to see him in the ring in the build up to WrestleMania. Maybe,
yeah.
You know.
No, I don't think he'll have a match. I don't think he will.
And that's crazy for Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes wrestles more matches than anyone in the company.
This is true.
What if Travis Scott just messed up WrestleMania?
Oh my god. I swear, if Travis Scott ends up at WrestleMania and gives somebody Canadian Destroyer, I will walk out of the room.
You know that if you call it a Canadian Destroyer now, you have to pay Donald Trump $100.
Shoot.
So it's just the Destroyer now.
Oh. Actually?
Yes, actually.
I'm a little bit slow. It's okay.
Anything else?
Whoops.
That we need to cover?
Cody Rhodes says, "Damn it, I'll beat you, Cena." But that's like it. So Cody needs to. They need to address it on Raw or SmackDown, wherever Cena's gonna be.
Cena
This week.
is...
He's confirmed for Raw, isn't he?
No, not this week. The next 2 weeks in Europe.
In Europe.
He's not going to do the U.S. shows, which is hilarious. He's not doing SmackDown. He's doing Raw in Europe exclusively, apparently.
Sick.
Which I think means that Cody has to go to Europe.
Well, yeah, obviously. Cody's not gonna. They're not gonna keep Cody off the show for 2 weeks.
The company's not supposed to be on Raw.
Yeah, who cares?
So that means he's not on SmackDown for those 2 weeks because they're not going to fly him back and forth from Europe to do the shows.
Europe's got Raw and SmackDown, doesn't it?
No, I think it's just the Raw team that's going.
SmackDown's definitely in Spain.
Oh, okay. Well, there's both then. Oh, okay. Well, never mind then. That works then. Okay.
Because I noticed on Friday I was like, they said where they were going, and I was like, I think it was Barcelona. Maybe it was Madrid. I don't know which. And I was like, is there a place in the U.S. called Barcelona? I was like,
definitely not.
No.
Well,
Maybe, probably.
Probably. There's
places called Paris. There's multiple places.
Yeah, there's a Paris,
in the
Illinois.
US. There's a Paris, Texas.
Yeah.
All right. That's all I have for, at least.
All right. That's all I have. Tell them to like and subscribe.
No, because I will never tell my viewers what they can and cannot do. But like and subscribe, because Kevin is right. Adios.